Well, I haven't slept much because I went out there to look at the blizzard, and I have an awesome video that'll be coming up shortly. The snow was incredible, incredible snowfall rates. I got caught in that band. Eventually, it got here, and the winds in that band were absolutely insane. These are just some pictures of what it looked like outside in Mineola. You could see pretty much a whiteout. Couldn't really see too much. Yeah, it's pretty much a whiteout right there. So very bad conditions. And the power outage number, well, that's gone way up as expected. We've got 17,000 customers now without power, PSG, Long Island. And we got a little outage in Mutton Town, it looks like. Usual areas in the North Shore have a lot of outages as that heavy, wet snow breaks the tree limbs, falls on the power lines. And the thing is, if the power goes out, it's going to take a while for them to restore it because right now the conditions outside are just so windy, it's not safe for them to go up there and try to restore power unless they can do it remotely, unless there's a switch they can do. But no, it's not safe for anyone to go up in a bucket truck or anything like that in these kind of conditions. Mostly smaller outages. I don't see any actual huge outages here. There are some larger ones. This one in Quag. These are all distribution-related outages, it looks like, for the most part. We do have some outages in Montauk. Looks like there's a pretty sizable... Well, it's a big area over there. Yeah, this is a real mess here. But it could be worse. You could be in Jersey with JCP&L. Over 66,000 customers without power. Still without power there in Brick. It includes a hospital, so JCP&L probably not safe in the rip there. That looks like a sub-transmission problem right there because that looks like a pretty big outage. You can see a lot of outages here. Toms River as well, dealing with the power outage in the east section of Toms River. Big outage there in off Lacey Road there. I guess I don't know what area that's considered. Bayville, Berkeley Township, not sure. Lacey, another outage there, so this is really bad. A lot of outages here. And you can see all up and down the Jersey Shore, seeing lots and lots and lots of large power outages all over from the wind and that heavy, wet snow. Yeah, this is a very large outage over there. So really big problems here for JCP&L. We go to poweroutage.us. And you can see Jersey is in the red. Actually, I think I already had it up here, but whatever. Jersey's in the red. You can see mostly hardest hit Jersey Shore area. Monmouth, 24,000. Ocean County, 41,000. Burlington, 6,000, a little less. Atlantic County also has a lot of outages. Over 10,000 customers there. 10,000 in Cape May. So these are the areas that have been very hard by this storm. And looking at these observations, you can see why. We had a maximum wind gust of 60 miles an hour so far at JFK. Right now, the wind is north at 35, gusting to 54. Yeah, that is sustained wind. Farmingdale's had a gust up to 53. You can look at some of the conditions at Farmingdale, and you can see again some of these crazy wind gusts. You can see it's just reporting freezing fog. Not sure why it's saying that. There should be snow. Snow is still falling. You see snow. I don't see heavy snow being reported, oddly enough. But the visibilities are down quite a bit here. Let's see. Well, he went up to half a mile. It didn't go down to a quarter of a mile. Interesting. It was where I was. That band was impressive. I'll say that. Islip. They've had a peak wind gust of 53. I don't know why it just says mist there. Heavy snow. They're reporting heavy snow. 0.25 visibility. Freezing fog. I don't know. It's just a defect on the sensor. But you can see, again, these wind gusts. Absolutely insane wind gusts that we've got here. Insane wind gusts. Really insane wind gusts. And Stony Brook still got... Let's see what Stony Brook got to. Come on. 74. The top of Stony Brook Hospital. That's incredible right there. 54 mile. We're going to go over the wind gust reports and all that other stuff later tonight. But JFK had a gust to 60 miles an hour. Kind of curious when that gust happened. It let's see. They're reporting heavy snow. So let's see, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. When was that? Definitely some. It's in the video. You'll see some. The roaring was incredible. I'm not sure when that 60-mile-an-hour wind gust happened. Probably happened in this past hour with some of those bands. No thunder snow, unfortunately. I did not get it. Not yet, anyway. I don't think we're going to get it. Maybe out east they got some thunder snow, maybe. So let's go to the radar now. And you see that heavy band now of a stuff. You see it's starting to slowly starting to fade out now. Slowly starting to fade up. You see that heavy band over Suffolk. By the way, we have about 15 inches of snow on the ground. I tried to measure it. At least I tried to. Snowfall totals so far. This was at 227. Not even going to look at that. That is old data. Let's see if we can go to the winter weather thing here and see what if I can find snowfall map. Snowfall observations reports. Local snow reports. Here we go. So let's see what we've got so far. Some of these may be old already. That's old already. Look at the higher one. 14.2. No, it's got to be more than that. 19.8. 6 a.m. Santa Maria. So closing in on 20 inches, I think, in some of these areas. Upton had 15 inches at 5 a.m. Now, this is very difficult to measure because of all the drifting going on. There's a lot of drifting. 10 inches in Manchester Town, Whiting at 10 a.m. These are all old observations. Yeah, they're not even current. So, yeah, not even current. But I expect most areas definitely got at least a foot on the ground. We'll look at, and again, look at the observation at Islip right now. If we can, yeah, heavy snow, fog mist, blowing snow, and windy. North wind at 29. So yeah, that's what they're dealing with over there. Let's go and look at the satellite image here from the storm, and there it is. Look at that thing. It is starting to pull away now, very slowly. But take a look at that. Wow, look at that. Very impressive, and it's going to look even more impressive when we take a look at it on visual later. Really, really impressive. It's really very impressive storm. And one thing that I should really actually show also, sea level pressure. 993 millibars at Islip right now. I wish it would show it in inches. 993 MB, 2 inches. What's that? I know. It's just, that is 29.32 inches. All right, so that's pretty low. But as you go toward the center of the storm, you see 991, and it's even deeper way out here. But we don't have a barometer in the center of the storm to really show you what's going on. The air pressure, obviously, let's take a look at that in a minute. That Islip. Let's see if it's going down or rising. Looks like it is staying steady, staying pretty low. It may still drop a little bit, but yeah. So let's look at the other radar here. The weather and hazards radar here. There's that dark blue right over Suffolk, so they're getting creamed in Suffolk, and this is where I think some areas could get up to 2 feet of snow. I think it's going to be more in this area than the Jersey Shore, I think. But that's where it could get close to 2 feet of snow. But again, we don't really have those numbers to be sure. We have 16,000 now. It actually went down a little bit, power outage. JCP&L obviously doing pretty bad, I might add. So let's look at some cameras. Starting to get a little bit lighter, and the snow definitely does not look as heavy, and the wind seems a little bit less. A little bit less. You still hear it, but it's definitely less. We go to Port Jefferson. It's going to be blowing. Can't even see out the camera. Let's go to some traffic cameras and see what's going on out there. All these roads look like they're closed. Yeah, look at that. Can't see anything. Total whiteout in Suffolk County right now. Let's take a look at the Sagatos here. Yeah, it's coming down. This is by Edgewood Preserve. And look at those light poles moving around. Look at that. Wow. So they're in the middle of this. They're getting the the finale of this blizzard right now. For sure. You see a lot of cars on the road still. People trying to go out in this. All crowding behind the plows. People should wait. Yeah, I wouldn't attempt trying to drive until like at least 10 a.m. at the very earliest. This is really incredible. You can see all the pines there. Also, out there, kind of. Yeah, incredible stuff, though. Incredible. Look at that. That's just unbelievable. So, those are the kind of conditions that are going on. Of course, here in Nassau County, it's a little bit better. The visibility is not quite as low. We're lifting out of that, what I'll call death band. That's what some people call them. But we're lifting out of it now. Still not going to be able to see much. Let's see what Massapequa looks like. Yeah, the roads are still snow covered. And that's the thing. They can plow, but then the snow's going to blow right over against. That's the real challenge in all of this. Transits. Let's see if anything's changed with transit. Let's see if we have any updates from the railroad here. Is fully suspended until further notice. We don't know when that's going to be restored, but it won't be until hopefully later today. Hopefully. Nice bus. They still think they're going to run at 9 a.m. I don't think so. But they still have service. They still 9 a.m. as a result. We are suspending service until 9 a.m. Monday morning. I think that they're going to need to extend that. All right. I don't think the roads are going to be passable by then. Maybe by they'll be able to get some limited service down by noon, but I just don't see it. I think you have a better chance of trying to get on the train. Suffolk County Transit, where they got hit really hard. They're going to be suspended for the whole day. NJ Transit. Let's see. Yeah, it just says suspended through the beginning of the service day on Monday. And eventually, there will be a gradual resumption. So, yeah, this is a really impressive storm for sure. What can I say? Very impressive. Let's see what News 12 has. And I think, obviously, I was watching Channel 7. Of course, they were in Rockville Center, of course. They have 16 inches at Nesconset, by the way, at least according to this update here. Blizzard of 2026, now officially a bomb cyclone. So there you go. So, yeah, very impressive. Very, very impressive for sure. And if you do see trains running on this radar app, they're probably equipment trains that aren't actually making stops. They're basically just running to keep the tracks clear. Though this train is I don't understand this. Some of these trains are stopped. So I don't understand what's going on. If like this one is stopped at Jamaica, they're not supposed to be running any service. So I'm not sure why these trains are stopping at certain stops here, because they're not supposed to be running any service according to this. These are all equipment trains. Here's a Babylon train. All right, these are all equipment trains. We'll actually watch and see if that does stop in Rockville Center or not. Because if it does, then they are making stops and they are running service, even though they say service is suspended. There are some trains running out there. But let's see if this stops at Rockville Center or not. And that'll kind of tell us if I don't even know if this is supposed to stop at Rockville Center or not. I don't think it's going to. So I think it's just an equipment train. So that's all it is. It's just an equipment train. It's going to go through without stopping. So these trains are basically running as equipment to keep the tracks clear. And that's why you see them on the radar. They're not actually carrying passengers. Here's another one at Belmore that should not be stopping. Let's see, because you got to keep the trains moving if you want to keep the snow off the tracks, so they can restore service later. The trains have to keep those trains moving. This one might actually be stopping here. It's not supposed to, but it looks like it is. 13. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they have some trains stopping to pick up people. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't. But they do have some trains running limited. I don't know. They might be for, I don't know. I don't know what this train here, I don't know what train this is. And I don't know where it's supposed to go. It says schedule, actual, I don't know what it is. It says approximately 40 customers. So I don't understand what's going on. If this is an express train, I don't know. It's just very, I mean, there may be some service running. Let's see if this one stops at Hicksville. Really, kind of, you can see there's a equipment train there. Wow, that train's 116 minutes late by Cold Spring Harbor. So this is why you don't want to even attempt to take the train. You could get stuck until they get these tracks clear. And right now, the snow's still coming down. It's still blowing around. I still see trains stopped at Jamaica. So it's kind of weird. I mean, they do have that one stopped outside of Jamaica. This one stopped outside of Jamaica. But these are all equipment trains, I'm thinking. So they're not carrying passengers. I don't know why they would be making stops. But they're certainly not carrying passengers. Let's see if this one stops at Hicksville. So let's just take a look at these weather observations again. I'll just take the sea level pressure off here. But yeah, these wind gusts. It looks like they quieted down in this last one. Oh, another gust of 54 at Islip. Just occurred right there. And a gust of 69 or 68 at Stony Brook. Oh man. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll just wait for this to get to see if what this train does here, if it actually stops here or not. They may be train stopping. I don't know. They may be picking up LIRR employees. Maybe that's where they're stopping. But service is officially suspended right now. So don't try to head down to the train station and get a train. I was there in the video, not to catch a train, just to look at the storm. And then one train did pass by, and there was a lot of, you hear the sparking going on, the arcing and everything. So, yeah, this train it appears, let's see, it might actually stop here. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm kind of curious. It says approximately 40 customers on there. I don't know how accurate that is, but there shouldn't be any service running, so it's kind of confusing, misleading, and I don't know. That might just be a bug. So, I mean, I think these are just equipment trains they're running to keep the snow clear, basically, and non-revenue, non-passenger trains. Even though it doesn't say that on here, the software probably doesn't. This one might not stop here. The software says otherwise, so not sure exactly. So that is. Why does it say Babylon? Let's get that off there. This one says approximately 70 customers. It looks like it actually might be stopping at Hicksville. So let's see if it actually stops here. I'm kind of curious. I know this is stupid. It has nothing to do with the weather. I'm just curious. Might actually stop. Yeah, it actually might stop there. It might be. They might be stopping to pick up employees or something. I mean, if you're standing there, I guess you could get on the train, but I wouldn't attempt it until later. I mean, if they still have service suspended by the afternoon and we're still seeing these trains making stops, maybe I'll try to get on one and get out of here. But right now, I wouldn't attempt it until the storm's out of here. All right, we're still in the midst of the storm. Looking at the radar again. You could still see the radar, heavy snow, especially over Suffolk, and Nassau still snowing at a good clip. Eventually, this is going to slowly pull away, but it's still going to be going on for a while. All right, so the finale isn't done yet. The storm is slowly pulling away, but this is its parting shot, and we probably will get to see some 20-inch numbers in Suffolk County. So that's it for now. Be safe out there. Don't attempt to go. Let me tell you, it was very rough filming that video. And the conditions were extremely difficult to walk in to see where you're going. Luckily, I have good boots, so I was able to get through. The good news is it's fluffy snow. You can walk through it. It's not sleet. That's the good news in all this. So if I do want to hike after this is done, it's going to be a little difficult, but at least it's not that icy crap that we had. So anyway, we'll talk about that in the rest of the week. Well, we're going to just talk about the rest of the storm for the rest of the day. But anyway, I need to try and get some rest. I don't know when the next update will be. It'll be sometime later today.